Hey guys, Paragon here, and today we are going to have a look at the current state of the Crucible. Now, I've noticed a lot of forum posts and a lot of concerns about the current state of snipers, and snipers being OP, aim assist being too high, a whole lot of different things going on, and people are not having a good time in the Crucible because of it. So I wanted to raise a couple of points, you should probably put them as food for thought, so that we can actually have a look at this and see why the Crucible is in the state it is in now. So first, to get a really good picture of it, we need to look at the previous meta. I felt this game clip that you're watching is very early taken king, probably just after I hit level 40, and it's the first game that I actually get a Phantom, and you'll notice I'm using Her Benevolence, I'm using Short Gaze Scope with Hidden Hand. Now, that's all I'll say for now. I'll touch on that a little bit further, but I felt this clip was probably quite fitting for what we're going to be discussing. Now, looking at the previous meta, the two big kings in the previous meta were Thorn and Shotguns. Now, all of us hated Thorn. Thorn, in my opinion, that gun was toxic to what this game was trying to achieve. Something becomes broken when there is no counter to it. The damage over time effect from Thorn was way too strong. There was no way to counter it. You took 2 shots to the head and that's it. It didn't matter where you were on the map, you were done. So that old meta was very toxic, and Bungie addressed that after everyone had their piece to say about it. Now, snipers were never considered overpowered in this meta. Why? We still had the exact same snipers with high aim assist, we could roll Hidden Hand, we had short gaze scopes, we had all sorts of things to bump up the aim assist on our snipers, so why weren't they OP? We need to have a look at the impact Thorn had on the sniping meta. Now, for snipers, whenever you were sniping, Thorn was a huge threat. You could get 2-shot by Thorn on the other side of the map, and that was a huge counter to people who were sniping. Because if you got hit by that first one and you came out to peek again, there was a very big chance that while you're trying to take your second sniper shot, you were going to get hit again by Thorn. Now, that in itself was the counter to a sniper. The way you beat a sniper was to either rush in with a shotgun, which is still a very viable strategy now, or you would use Thorn and outshoot them by having those 2 shots ready to go. We take away Thorn and we have a look at the current meta, and now all of a sudden sniper rifles are overpowered when they never got a buff. Nothing got changed. Their aim assist is still the same as what it was in House of Wolves, having that Hidden Hand perk, but all of a sudden snipers are OP because now we do not actually have any primaries that are strong enough to counter a sniper. Now, scout rifles, you may be saying, hey, I've got a great scout rifle that could definitely do this, and you may be right, but scout rifles are still going to be far inferior to snipers at sniper range, whereas in the previous meta, Thorn was very strong at super long ranges. You could snipe people with that gun, and I lost count of how many times I'd either get beaten by a Thorn or I would beat someone with a Thorn while they were sniping, just because of how strong that gun is at long range, or how strong it was. Rest in peace, Thorn. But looking at the current meta, the pulse rifles are the strong guns in this meta, and the pulse rifles at long range, at sniper ranges, are going to have a bit of an impact, but they're not as lethal. They're going to cause the sniper to flinch a lot, but it's going to take 2 to 3 bursts, depending on your armor and what pulse rifle people are using, to actually get the kill. Whereas Thorn was guaranteed 2 headshot kill, you were gone, you were done. So that was a huge threat for snipers, and snipers had to be aware of that. Whereas now, snipers have this sort of safety range where they can't be touched. They're in this zone where they can actually really control the flow of the game based on that. And the first week of trials, we really noticed this. On Benefall, having so many closed lines of being able to have people hard scoping down really had a huge effect on how trials went. It was no longer run in with a shotgun and use blink and win. It was run with your sniper, hard scope down the alleys, and then you win. So the current meta, there is no strong counter for snipers besides shotguns. Now, if we look at shotguns, shotguns got nerfed, which in my opinion, they didn't actually get nerfed hard enough. The nerfs that Bungie applied were sort of smoke and mirrors, because all they did was take out shot package effectiveness and reduce rangefinder, but then there's a quest that gives you the craziest shotgun with crazy range rolls that still won hits from the other side of the map. So the biggest problem with the shotguns was their overall range, which did not get addressed. But this is the meta that Bungie wants us to play, so we have to play that. The other nerf that came with that was Blink. Now, I myself have always been a huge fan of Blink. I think the ability was completely balanced before, except for the fact that you had invulnerability, but if we look at the lore, the Warlock actually enters the Void and leaves the Void while blinking. So them not being hit makes sense. For Hunters, you're just moving really fast, so Hunters should be getting hit. But looking at what's happening here, Blink got nerfed, so now a shotgunner's ability to close the gap got impaired. So snipers have even more strength now because of the Blink nerf. You don't have your weapons ready and that animation happens slightly slower, which makes a huge difference when you're trying to jump in, get that kill, get that sniper shot down quick. It's very, very important to close that distance quick. So the current meta has really shifted the power in favor of the sniper rifles, which isn't always a bad thing. There is still a high amount of skill required in aiming with a sniper rifle, regardless of the aim assist. Yes, there are some sniper rifles out there that will do a ton of work for you, but you still have to be landing those shots, pulling the trigger at the right time. Aim assist is one of those things that in Destiny doesn't affect snipers too much. It's going to help you stay sticky on your target. When your reticle crosses or when someone runs past, you'll notice your aim will move. That is aim assist. With primaries, aim assist actually gives you bullet curve or pull. So your bullets will actually curve towards an enemy or pull towards an enemy with weapons with high aim assist. But with snipers, this doesn't happen. So the only benefit that you have with the sniper rifle is the fact that it will stay sticky on your target while aiming, which is a huge advantage. It's very, very beneficial. Why is aim assist a problem? In my opinion, aim assist itself is not bad. Aim assist is very, very necessary in most console shooters just because of the way they work. But looking at the hidden hand perk, this is where aim assist went over the top. So sniping for me has changed drastically since we've gotten to the Taken King. Pre-Taken King, I was the guy who had to have hidden hand on his sniper. I had to have short gaze. Otherwise, I would not land my shots. I just was not the best sniper. I'm definitely not the greatest sniper now, but I have a pretty solid sniping game and can hold my own without hidden hand and without short gaze. But I feel like having guns with the potential to have such high aim assist, or having a perk that boosts aim assist, is just counterproductive to helping a community get better and helping the player improve their aim. When the gun does all the work for you, you don't learn that you over-aimed or that you were under-aimed or that you were aiming at the wrong spot to start with. You don't learn that with guns that have high aim assist. You learn that by taking the aim assist down and trial and error and learning how to tweak your shots and become more accurate. This is going to benefit the community as a whole. Now, there's nothing wrong with using a sniper with hidden hand. This stuff is in the game. This is the meta Bungie wants you to play. So I think there's nothing wrong with that. But long-term, big picture, you are going to need to have a better aim if you're going to be able to snipe properly without these high aim assist snipers. The other big problem that we had in the previous meta was final round snipers, which Bungie spent some time patching them to the point where you cannot one-hit body shot anymore. They then, for some crazy reason, introduced luck in the chamber to sniper roles, and now there's snipers that can still one-hit body shot. This cannot be abused like final round could, but it's still annoying as hell, and with the current sniper meta, blows the snipers way out of proportion to having the potential to body shot with a one hit is just stupid. I have no idea why Bungie even decided to put that in. Obviously, there are some people at Bungie that don't like landing headshots with their snipers and figured, hey, I want to get a one-shot kill when I hit them in the body, so I should at least have a chance at getting that. But looking at luck in the chamber, this needs to be patched ASAP. I really don't think snipers as a whole need to be nerfed, but luck in the chamber needs to be changed to what final round was. It should only apply to precision damage, and snipers will be sitting in a great spot after that. Take out the hidden hand perk or reduce its effectiveness, or do what they did with every other perk that was in that second tier, where you actually had to make a smart decision about what you did. So hidden hand should come at a reduced cost to stability, or maybe impact, or something else, so that you can have higher aim assist at the cost of something else, like what they did with injection mold and small bore and all those other perks that give you some benefit at the cost of something else. You can build your weapon specifically to how you like it. You can have the higher aim assist, but you are having that at the reduced cost of something else. The big thing I want you guys to take home from this video is be careful what you wish for. We as the community are the reason why the meta is the way it is right now. We complained about Thorn, we complained about shotguns, we complained about everything, and we didn't actually weigh up the cost of what would happen. So pulse rifles at the moment, really strong. Snipers, really strong. Neither of these weapons got buffed from the previous patch. All that happened was the things that were stronger than them got pulled back, and now these guys are starting to show. So I would encourage you guys very strongly, when it comes to asking for nerfs, have a good think about, is something broken? When something is overpowered or broken, that means it performs outside of its design. So if a shotgun is hitting you from the other side of the map, then it is broken. It should be nerfed and should be fixed. But sniper rifles are operating as intended. Pulse rifles, they could get some slight tweaking to their range, but everything else currently in this meta is operating quite well. Shotguns could probably use a bit more of a range nerf, but everything else is operating as intended and in a good way. So we as the community, I think we have to be very careful about what we're asking for when it comes to nerfs, and making sure that we're not putting ourselves from the pot into the frying pan. The grass is not always greener on the other side, and people are seeing this. It's not always the best thing to call for nerfs or everything. So guys, let me know what you think about this current meta in the comments below. What do you think about the sniper situation right now? Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and we will catch you next time.